Welcome to Dr. Charlotte West Stadium, Carbondale, Illinois. Day 2 of the 2026 NBC Softball Championship. Game 1 of 3 today. The regular season champion Belmont Bruins taking on the 5th seed Redbirds from Illinois State. As we take a look at the bracket after day 1 is in the books, as we got the Redbirds and Belmont coming up. And a little bit later on this afternoon, the 2 seed, the host, Southern Illinois, will take on Murray State. And a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Laura Leonard, Scott Warman with you. Well, Belmont has been the talk of the Missouri Valley Conference, but when you see these two teams that are meeting during the regular season, only 1 run separated them in the 3-game series. In fact, the Illinois State Redbirds got to Maya Johnson in one of those games.
Yeah, it might have been the tightest series that Belmont had to play all season long, and Illinois State was able to, in that first game, as you had mentioned, beat Maya Johnson, had a home run early in that first inning, able to make it stand up. But runs were at a premium. They were very tight games, very exciting. I think we're going to see the same thing here today.
And for Maya Johnson, of course, one of the game's best in all of college softball. But for Maya Johnson, that was one of her 2 losses this season.
Yeah, and she is so good. She has so many pitches. She throws them all, actually, and she will move the ball around. In the upper 60s she throws. She's got a lot of spin. She's got a really great changeup. She can take some miles per hour off of that pitch, but she is certainly somebody that is very tough to hit, and you can see those numbers there. In the country, she leads in so many categories. She is amazing, and she is fun to watch.
All right, when we come back, we'll bring you the starting lineup and Maya's first pitch of Game 1 of the 2026 Missouri Valley Conference Softball Tournament. Day 2 coverage. It's the Valley on ESPN. Back in Carbondale, getting set for Game 1 of 3 today. The Belmont Bruins and the Illinois State Redbirds doing battle in our first game this afternoon. Let's take a look at the Redbirds lineup. Presentation of St. Louis Union Station. Home attractions like the St. Louis Aquarium and the St. Louis Wheel. You can do it all at St. Louis Union Station. See where it takes you by visiting stlouisunionstation.com right now.
This is a lineup that's capable of getting hits off Maya Johnson. She gave up 8 and 9 hits to them when she saw them in the regular season. And you see Tatum Wolford. She had the big blow yesterday for the Redbirds to get them over the top against Northern Iowa.
Big comeback win to advance into the winner's bracket for the Birds against UNI. And of course, last night, UNI getting the response and advancing to tonight's game at 6 o'clock. Underway, Maya Johnson with the first pitch. And misses outside.
Going to be interesting to watch here. I'm watching Maya Johnson warm up before this game started. Threw her a few pitches when she got out into the circle. Had a little trouble controlling some of them. That pitch right there, she did, and she brought it with a little heat, but a lot of her pitches were missing down and in the dirt, so we're going to see how she, maybe a few nerves happening here for Johnson.
We showed you the numbers in the Open and where she stands nationally, but the numbers don't tell the whole story. This is one of the more incredible stories in all of college athletics, from a personal standpoint to staying at Belmont and not going big time. And that is strikeout number 1,121. As we take a look at the defense behind Maya, it's made possible by Gatorade, created to hydrate better than water.
You've got a really good outfield. You've got Spindler over there at third base, Defensive Player of the Year, anchoring that hot corner. They are just solid all the way around the infield.
Five-time National Player of the Week this season. Johnson blows that one past Atkinson. Oh, by the way, in the first meeting where Illinois State bested Johnson and Belmont, Atkinson went 3 for 4 in the game. One of the better hitters in the Missouri Valley Conference.
3 for 4 and had that first inning home run.
Strike 2.
Johnson she has all the pitches like we talked about. She can throw them all, but one of her best pitches is her screwball that will work away like that from the right-handed hitter.
2 up, 2 down. She did, however, in the third and final game, as you see the strikeout of Cam here, win the third and final, the rubber game between these two teams in the season series. She went 8 innings in the victory against Illinois State. Al Calhoun, who batted cleanup yesterday, is batting in the third spot for Illinois State, and Coach Kramos.
You could see the communication with her catcher, Bloom, behind the plate. They work so well together and hold each other accountable. They've been together a long time and know how each other think, and they talk to one another, talk through things in between innings, in between batters. It's kind of relation.
And the pitch of the year strikes out the side to get us started as we head to the bottom of the first in game 1 here in Carbondale.
Credit Union One, the exclusive credit union for the Missouri Valley Conference, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking and an expansive network of 90,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Oh, this is tough.
Really tough.
Tough? I'll give you tough.
No, we meant that's tough.
Oh, that's too tough even for me. You need, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Just file a claim on the app or call us.
Thanks.
So do you ever take that mask off?
Not even for my wedding.
Oh, she looked so happy.
We're good.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
What does it take to be the best? It takes determination and collaboration to take that extra step, to never stop, working to be the best doctors in the country, medical experts listening and getting to know you. St. Louis to Warrenton, Mount Vernon to O'Fallon, Bridgeton to Fenton, because no matter where you are or who you are, we're always there when you need us. Together, we care.
Well, Laura, Illinois State going back with Paige McLeod for the second consecutive day.
She threw so well yesterday, and so why not go back to her? She had 6 2/3 innings pitched, gave up 10 hits, didn't walk anybody, had 5 strikeouts in that ball game, and she is a pitcher that's got a variety of pitches that she will show these hitters. She's got a curveball, a drop, change up, mix in a screwball every once in a while, but I thought yesterday's performance was probably one of her best for this entire season.
Emily Collins will lead things off for the Bruins. Talk about a table setter, leading the conference heading into the tournament in stolen bases. And there's a strike from McLeod. McLeod went 7 innings in the matchup against Maya Johnson during the regular season, came out a victor as she only gave up the 1 run in her 7 innings of work.
Well, in Wisconsin, this leadoff spot had been hitting down in the order earlier when they saw the Redbird. She was hitting in that 6th spot in the lineup, but have moved her up to that #1 spot, that leadoff spot, to where they can get her on base and let her use her speed.
And that one misses just outside. Page went 6 2/3 yesterday, giving up 4 earned runs out of the 6 runs total against her, and the 10 hits. That tough UNI lineup did get a few home runs off her, but who don't they get home runs off of? Maybe Maya Johnson, that might be about it.
Yeah, there's very few pitchers that can set down that Northern Iowa lineup and keep them in the ballpark.
But as we talked about yesterday, is the fact that even though they did get some base runners and what have you, she just seemed to be in control the entire time she was in the circle.
She was really locked in, and you can tell a lot of times when a pitcher steps in the circle, that just their demeanor and how they handle certain situations.
Ella Boyer with a long throw, not in time. Infield single to get things started for the Bruins.
That was so far in the hole, and with the speed of Kantz going down the line, it was going to be a tough play for Boyer to get that throw across and be able to nip her at the bag. And now you've got the speed on. See if they try to challenge this Redbird defense right away.
Here's the Bruins lineup, a presentation of St. Louis Union Station, home of attractions like the St. Louis Aquarium and the St. Louis Wheel. You can do it all at St. Louis Union Station. See where it takes you by visiting stlouisunionstation.com.
Yeah, good lineup. They've got some speed at the top. Riley Spindler is a great 2-hitter that can move the runner around, handle the bat very well. And then you got a little pop in the middle of that lineup.
Really hitting for average in her 2nd season. There's Boyer, flipped over to her sister, and she slipped on the bag, and they'll only get the force out. Tough break for the Redbirds.
Boy, that ball was hit hard enough that it was kind of tailor-made that they might be able to turn to, but that slip across the top of the bag, only able to get that force. And Illinois State, they lead the Valley in double plays turn, so that one right there, the quick flip, and just not able to plant that foot to be able to make the turn.
Here's Nicole Hughes, the second baseman, batting in that 3rd spot for Coach Matthews' Bruins. Takes the first pitch for a strike on the inside edge. Hughes, one of the all-conference players on this Bruins team, as we take a look at the Redbirds defense here momentarily. Behind Paige McLeod, as Spindler's the runner over at first. Hughes had 4 hits in the series against the Redbirds, and there's a look at the Redbirds defense, made possible by Gatorade, created to hydrate better than water.
Yeah, really strong up the middle. The Boyer sisters handle that location on the defense. They do a good job of working together, and good arms out in that outfield.
Three-game winning streak for the Bruins heading into this tournament action. 37 games won this season. There's a grounder to Ava. Flips over to her sister and can only get the force out once again, but there's 2 away.
Getting ground ball outs. And that's what you're going to get from McLeod, keeping the ball down. She did that yesterday as well, even though Northern Iowa hit some home runs. She kept the ball down, and they got those ground ball outs.
The 37 wins for the Bruins, one of the best that they've had, and they're in history when you think about playing in Division I. Last year was the historical season, Laura, as you know, for the Bruins, as they won the Valley Tournament, got to 40 wins, and made it to the NCAA tournament for the first time ever.
It was quite a run for Belmont last season, and got the opportunity, won a game in the regionals. And I think a lot of experience, a lot of lessons learned from that trip into the NCAA tournament.
Balsiger hops that one into left field for a 2-out single. And so the Bruins have runners at first and second, and that'll bring in Delecki, their first baseman.
They're just, again, pounding that ball into the ground, just finding the openings to get that high hop to shoot it through that 5-6 hole and keep the lineup moving along.
And there's a chopper, comebacker, and McLeod gets out of it. We head to the second, no score in Carbondale. Missouri Valley Conference Softball Tournament is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. 7th inning yesterday, Tatum Wolford. The shot heard around the Twin Cities.
It was a big one, and that grand slam put Illinois State on top of Northern Iowa, and they were able to add one more insurance run, which proved to be very big for them.
Birds advance to this matchup against Maya Johnson and the Belmont Bruins. Johnson in the first inning struck out the side. Just 11 pitches, 9 of those strikes.
Well, my assessment early on of watching her warm up, that pitches were in the dirt and maybe she was a little nervous, were probably way off the mark.
Kind of like your prediction of the 24-16 score yesterday.
That we were going to have balls flying. Hey, it happened late in the game.
Do not buy a...
Don't buy a lottery ticket?
Don't buy any lottery tickets right now.
Hey, it might just be the time to buy that lottery ticket. You'll be laughing all the way to the bank.
That would be a beautiful thing. Wolford, Larson, and Meeks due up for the Birds here in inning number 2.
Now she's throwing right around 67, 68. is where she's been clocked and
Yeah, piece of
consistently.
cake.
I know, consistently there. You know what? At some point, and maybe later in this tournament, when she's warming up, I'd like to just go down there and stand in and just
I was
get
watching today,
you know,
actually.
get it
Yes.
firsthand. Just stand in there, put a helmet on, get the bat in hand, and just stand in and watch a few pitches go by.
Jack Watkins and I were standing there kind of observing the warm-up of Maya Johnson here this morning.
And I know she has her routine that she goes through, as all pitchers have their certain routine, but boy, she certainly has great work ethic.
4 up, 4 down. Well, also for Maya Johnson, this has been a big week for her, obviously getting recognized again as the pitcher of the year in the Missouri Valley Conference, first team all-conference. And of course, that was last year as well, but she's going to wind up playing in the pros as well, we found out earlier this week.
Yeah, they had a draft, the AUSL, on Monday night, and she was the #3 overall pick, going to go to Oklahoma City and continue her career. And I think that's something that she has been excited and anticipating. Got a golden ticket to be part of that draft. And she and the team, they all gathered together, able to watch that draft and celebrate when they called her name.
She was the first mid-major that got the golden ticket.
Right.
To have that draft, as that one is fouled off by Larson.
You know, that's worth the drive to go watch her pitch. That's worth getting in the car and driving to Oklahoma City to watch her pitch.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a little change up, and that's strikeout number 5. 5 up, 5 down for Maya.
You know, she can throw that changeup in any spot, and that one was just down in the zone. Just took a little something off of that, and you get so keyed up to try to catch up to her fastball and the pitches that are coming at you at 67 miles an hour. And then when she pulls the string on that one, you're so far out in front that it is tough to make that adjustment and slow your swing down.
Hannah Meeks, who actually went 2 for 3 in the second meeting that weekend against Maya Johnson, stands in, the first baseman, second team all-conference for the ISU Redbirds.
She had a couple of home runs. She had a home run in game 2 and a home run in game 3, but that game 3 was the one that Maya Johnson pitched.
And again, all 3 games decided by 1 run between these two teams during the regular season series. Well, you face a 60-whatever, 8-mile-an-hour heater, and then the next thing you know, she's going to throw a 50-something-mile-an-hour changeup. That's hard, man. I tell you.
That's hard to hold back on that. And your eye sees it, and you want to, and your brain sees it, and you just can't do it. You can't make your body do it.
We head to the bottom of the 6th, second, 6 strikeouts for Maya Johnson. Let's get your keys. It is brought to you by Credit Union One.
Well, for the Redbirds, they need to pick a side. Maya Johnson will work inside and outside. You just have to decide where you want to lock in. If you want to pick on the inside, then that's where you lock in and stay off all the other pitches. And then they need to focus on defense. They need to be clean on defense. They can't afford to give Belmont extra outs. And then for Belmont, situational hitting. When you get hitters or runners on, got to make sure you're advancing them and being situational about what you're doing and conscious of that at the plate, and then play relaxed. And I'd say right now they're playing relaxed. They are locked in and aren't playing like they have the target on their back.
Discover better banking for all with Credit Union One, the official deposit partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Learn more at cu1.com. Well, you can be relaxed. You're probably trying to stay awake if you're at the defense for Belmont the first 2 innings. 6 strikeouts, 6 batters.
But sometimes that is hard for a defense because sometimes your mind will wander a little bit. But you know, she's so exciting to watch, and she moves the ball around. And I think this team has developed into a little bit of a rhythm where they know that they've got to be ready. She can get hit. I mean, Illinois State got some hits off of her, so they need to be ready and understand that they cannot let that mind wander and take a break.
Vanderwood, the shortstop, against Paige McLeod. And for Vanderwood, 264 the average this season. As McLeod left 2 runners on, but you think about what transpired in that first inning of work, and you pointed it out, Laura, in fact, all ground balls. There was not one ball that was hit hard by Belmont in their lineup. There's a good pitch by McLeod to get her first punch out of the afternoon.
We saw that a fair amount yesterday with those pitches in tight under the hands as a strikeout pitch for McLeod, showing it here again today.
Brenna Bloom, the catcher, had 4 hits in the series against the Redbirds this season. Grounds this one to third. It is a foul ball. Atkinson grabs it in foul territory.
That's exactly what you do. You follow through with the play. You don't umpire the call on your own. You go ahead, play the play, and finish it all the way through, and then wait for that umpire to step out from behind the plate and call it fair or foul.
Brenna's carved up a nice little career. All-defensive team last year in the Valley, 2nd team All-Conference, and 2nd team All-League 2 years ago, back in 2024. Backstop for the Bruins.
If I looked at the stats correctly, she's on a 9-game hitting streak.
And this one is going to hit no man's land. It's a foul ball. Folks, coming up after this one, it's game 2 of 3 as we continue our coverage of the MVC softball tournament on the Valley on ESPN. 3rd seed Murray State will take on Southern Illinois here in Carbondale. We'll get it started around 3 Central Time with Tom Ackerman and Holly Hesse. 3 o'clock Central, Racers and Dogs. 1-2 the count to Brenna Bloom.
It's one of the things that Belmont needs to think about, making McLeod throw a lot of pitches, trying to foul off pitches, knowing that she went yesterday, threw a fair amount of pitches, but make her work early on in this ball game.
And Bloom staying alive as McLeod's pitching that in tight in those hands.
And they've been in there a couple of different times. See if they now work her away.
Here's another 1-2. Didn't chase, 2-2.
Just off the plate, but they did work away. Just missed that corner, and good discipline, not going after that.
So she went outside after 2 really tight pitches inside that were fouled off. What does Paige McLeod have up her sleeve here with this 2-2? Back inside, 3-2, full count. Good at bat.
Yeah, really good at bat, and just working the count into your favor. And now looking for a zone of where you want that pitch to be, where you think you can make good, solid contact.
Fouled it off, stays alive.
And that's when they went back outside. It was just enough off the plate, but that's one you can't afford to let go. So you just throw the bat out there and foul it off.
One down near the bottom of the second. No score, Redbirds and Bruins. And she works a walk.
And that is what you call a quality at bat. And that is Paige McLeod's first walk of the tournament. She was pretty solid yesterday. Didn't put anybody on via the base on balls.
It's the designated player for Belmont Eichels. By the way, that was a 9-pitch at bat by Bloom.
Belmont, a year ago, they graduated some key players. They have some young players that have stepped up and filled into those positions and are producing. Eichels is one of them at the plate. Been a solid bat for them all season long.
Bloom is the runner at first, one down here in inning number 2. And that one is a strike call on the outside corner. By the way, again, the dimensions here at Dr. Charlotte West Stadium in Carbondale, 190 down the lines and 220 at straightaway center field. Don't really seem to have as much of a wind today. Beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky here in southern Illinois. The wind was kind of whipping several different variations yesterday.
Yeah, this is just, it really is the perfect softball day. Temperatures are just right. A little breeze off and on. We haven't really seen anything, though, get up in the air. A lot of things been hit, either line shots or on the ground.
1-2 the count to Eichels. And there's a grounder. Boyer to first. Save just by a hair as they get the force out. The Redbirds do, but Eichels hustling down the line beats out the double play opportunity. 2 away.
3 times the Redbirds have had double play opportunities. A quick flip and just a step ahead of that throw. Eichels hustles down. Keep the inning alive for the Bruins.
Ella Bertucci, the center fielder, and the 9th place hitter, stands in and faces McLeod for the first time this afternoon, and the first pitch is a strike call. As we mentioned, McLeod yesterday going 6 2/3. It'll be interesting to see if this game stays tight, how long they can go with Paige here this afternoon after that 6 2/3 innings of work against UNI.
Right now, I think they feel really comfortable with her and the way she is throwing and the way she threw yesterday. Did get her out of that ball game, as you had mentioned, and she's a player that is coming back from injury. She wasn't available for game 2 or 3 against Belmont.
There is a strike, 1-2. Eichels the runner at first with 2 away.
A couple of stolen bases for Eichels. Maybe you get her going, maybe you take a chance. Bertucci's been good in that 9-hole, making some contact.
There's a strike. Second strikeout for McLeod, and that'll do it after 2 in Carbondale, no score. The award winners in the Missouri Valley Conference this season is made possible by Great Southern Bank. Understanding what really matters, member FDIC. We see Johnson and Spindler from Belmont, of course, their coaching staff taking home the prize. And we'll see coming up next, Brooklyn Danielson and Emily Delgado and that very good Saluki club who will be taking on Murray State. Maya Johnson has faced 6 hitters and has struck out all 6. She'll face the Boyer sisters, Ava first, and then her sister, and then finishing out the bottom of the order, there is a strike call, 0-2.
Well, coming into this inning, as you had mentioned, the 6 strikeouts, 25 pitches, 19 of those pitches for strikes, and now 5 of the first 7 hitters, first pitch strikes. So she is on her game, in the zone, locked in. And you have to be ready, knowing that you may get one good pitch in your at-bat, and you got to be able to pick that out and try to make solid contact.
Good luck. Oh, there's a ball, the 7th one of the afternoon. So 11 pitches, 9 strikes in inning number 1. And out of the 14 pitches, 10 strikes in inning number 2.
Just up and in. She's going after these hitters. She is dealing today and clocking her right at around 66, 67 here this afternoon.
Ella Boyer, Ava's sister, older sister, stands in, the shortstop. There's another first pitch strike, Laura.
That's a shock. Because she's been so wild all game long.
That's what people are telling us before the start of the game. I don't know.
Look out. Look out. She's throwing them in the dirt. She doesn't have a good grip. I think she might have been listening in and wanted to prove me wrong. She's kind of a competitor. And,
I think she was fooling you and everybody else.
Right. Sandbagging out there.
Right. And Ella hanging in there with the foul ball.
Yeah, just reaching out, just trying to cover that outer part of the plate. And now down 2 strikes, and boy, you just have to be ready to adjust. See, look, she's throwing it in the dirt. One of the very few.
Where's the pitching coach? Strikeout number 8. Well, we were talking during the break. And see 8 up, 8 down with the 8th strikeout. But we were talking during the break, and you and Jack Watkins were telling me a young lady by the name of Newman was really, really good for Drake several years ago, right?
Yeah, Nicole Newman was very much like this, and what we're seeing with Maya Johnson, same kind of dominance over the league that Johnson has had over the last couple of years.
We head to inning number 4 in Carbondale.
When change and uncertainty define the times, it's good to anchor to your roots, to honor and nurture them, to remember how it all started, and let that help build the future. Because we know a strong future is built on a solid past, and that past promises mean future follow-through. You can trust us to protect what you grow, build, own, and value. Trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual.
Since 1907, we've been One Valley, united institutions with common goals, breaking down barriers and building up communities, and nurturing the next generation of leaders who care about more than just wins. MVC student athletes are leaving a lasting impact in the places they call home by sharing diverse perspectives and fostering a climate of unity for future Valley pioneers. We are One Valley.
Everyone dreams of being great. Only a select few can be iconic. But only one is chosen. Introducing the Chosen One from Rawlings. The all-new one-piece composite iteration of the top-rated and established Icon BB Core bat.
Time for today's State Farm MVC Scholar Athlete of the Game. It is Belmont's Nicole Hughes, senior infielder from Lake Villa, Illinois. Has a 3.7 cum GPA in hospitality and tourism management and is a 2-time all-conference selection. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Lake Villa, Illinois, you know where that's at, right?
That one I don't know.
You don't even know your own state of Iowa.
I know where Walker, Iowa is now.
Had to look that up. To the bottom of the 3rd we go. Paige McLeod dueling against Maya Johnson, who actually gave up something other than a strikeout, a fly out to center field. She has set the Redbirds down in order, but Paige McLeod has been up to the task to this point.
Yeah, 7 of 9 coming into this inning. 7 of 9, first pitch strike, so getting ahead of the hitters. And she's given up a couple of hits. Couple of strikeouts on her own and 1 walk. So she is, you're right, they're going toe-to-toe right now, these 2 pitchers.
Top of the order coming up for the Bruins in this Belmont half of the 3rd. There's a chopper over to Ava Boyer for the first out. Now Riley Spindler, all-conference player, 3rd base for the Bruins. Did not play in the series for the Bruins last weekend, in which they had non-conference play against St. Louis University. And of course they had the washout against Indiana State during the week, so it's been over a week since she's last played.
Well, and we're not sure why. Maybe giving her a little rest, maybe nursing an injury. But an interesting end to the conference for Belmont, as they did have that bye week the last weekend. And Coach Matthews said, you know, we weren't sure how we were going to approach that. But they looked at it and saw where they were and how the standings were all kind of falling out and said, all right, we're just going to play this like regular conference game. We're going to go after this team in St. Louis U and play it normal and not rest people, not rest our pitchers. We're going to have the same lineup and just kind of keep in the same routine.
446 the average, 2nd best in the conference heading into tournament play. McLeod misses outside, so she went inside on the strike on the first pitch and then 2 outside pitches that just missed the outer edge. This one grounded. Nice play by Boyer. Oh, it gets past Meeks. And so Spindler will advance. Hannah just couldn't handle it off the low throw by Boyer, but boy, I'll tell you what, Ava covered some ground over there, didn't she?
Boy, she did, and that got the perfect hop. She was able to glove it, and she knew there was speed coming down the line. She had to get that throw over there quickly. Kind of threw a sinker ball over there to Meeks. Couldn't get the glove down. Probably had more time than what she realized to make that throw, but oh, that's good coverage over there at second base.
And they're going to give her a hit. Check that. It's an error. Here's Nicole Hughes, our feature and our scholar athlete for today's game.
Good look at Coach Matthews, the coaching staff of the year. Done a good job of managing this team and putting in players into positions where they graduated a few key personnel. A little slick again still. There was that rain early on when we got here on Wednesday, so maybe just a few slick spots on the field.
Hughes with 7 home runs this season for the Bruins, leading the team in that department. And you think about the Bruins and their success, and this one's lined into center field, but right at Larson for the second out. And then you turn the page to Northern Iowa, who has what, 4 players in double-figure home runs.
Yeah.
And then you got 2 more that have 9.
Yeah. I mean, they just...
What a contrast.
You know, it's interesting to see the different personnel and styles of play throughout the Missouri Valley Conference, and obviously Northern Iowa, they're the sluggers. Murray State, they're kind of a little bit of small ball.
And Ella Boyer will handle the third out. Now we go to the fourth here in Carbondale as we're scoreless. Missouri Valley Conference Softball Tournament is brought to you by Credit Union One. Discover better banking for all with Credit Union One, the official deposit partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Learn more at cu1.com. Everybody enjoying this glorious day in Carbondale, day 2 of the Missouri Valley Conference Softball Championships here in Southern Illinois. Maya Johnson back in the circle for inning number 4. 8 strikeouts and a flyout. Back to the top of the order.
As we talked about, perfect day for softball. A couple of our crew, our camera guys, got a little sunburned yesterday.
Good luck today and tomorrow and Saturday. Thank goodness. There is the first hit against Maya Johnson today. Nice little piece of hitting there by Lauren Flowers.
Top of the order, getting them that leadoff runner. And you have to figure you're going to go station to station here. Try to show and bunt, but pull it back. But I think you want to try to get a runner into scoring position if you can, and have a couple of cracks at trying to get her around.
And Bella, good play over at first base, and she's going to advance. And not a play over at first base as Delecki made the diving grab in fair territory. And so the second base runner in this inning and in this game for the Redbirds.
Where there's so much pace to these pitches, you're trying to get it down, you stab at it. That one's probably gonna go foul, but Delecki reaches out, gets it in fair territory, and then doesn't have a play. Was trying to make the diving catch, see if they could double off Flowers.
And squaring around is Calhoun, the third place hitter. This just tells you right now how just one run is so valuable in this matchup. Let's go to Kramos. Two of her better hitters are squaring around. And Calhoun misses that one. 0-2. So Flowers with a single. They're going to give Atkinson the single on the bunt, handled by Delecki. And really for Delecki, in no man's land when you really think about it. That would have been a miracle play to even get Atkinson at first. Now this one popped into right field. And the nice throw in after the catch made in right field by Malsiger. One down.
Yeah, Flowers got back quickly to tag up. I don't think it was deep enough to be able to get her advanced. And what a great throw. You know, as that right fielder, you got to come in behind it and get it over to third base very quickly to keep the runner in check.
Al Wolford fouls off the first pitch from Johnson. Redbirds now making some contact against Johnson here. Struck out the first 8 batters she faced in this one.
Not going to have a whole lot of opportunities against Maya Johnson, so you have to try to take advantage of this one with runners on.
Flowers the runner at second. Atkinson is the runner at first with one down. For the game with that big grand slam home run in the 7th inning yesterday to help the Redbirds come back and win.
Yeah, they were, it seemed like early on in that ball game yesterday for Illinois State, maybe a little tentative at the plate, and then finally, late in the ball game, went up there with a lot of confidence and getting their cuts in. And Wolford making contact with the big swing.
The chase 2-2. Julia Larson, the center fielder, on deck for the Redbirds. That one straight back.
Wolford also a player that bouncing back from injury. She missed game 3 against Belmont. They had a rash of injuries to multiple players down the stretch. They were all out at the same time, struggled a little bit, able to turn it around against Bradley in the final series of the season.
Strikeout number 9. 2 down. So the Redbirds' first threat of the contest against Maya Johnson here in inning number 4. First 2 base runners on, and now fly out and a strikeout. Larson, the 5th strikeout victim of Maya in the 2nd inning, fouls off the first pitch.
Oh, and what great location with that last pitch. And that's what she can do so well, is locate all of her pitches. She is getting ahead in the count, getting that first pitch strike.
Ooh, that one gets by Bloom, and the runners will advance.
We're going to have a little discussion between these two longtime teammates about just kind of settling each other down. They hold each other accountable, and I think just talking, maybe it had a little funny spin on that pitch. Popped away from Bloom. That allows the runners. So, boy, a big base hit here would set the Redbirds up very nicely, and I think they're talking about that as well, how they're going to make these final few pitches here to Larson.
They score that a pass ball. So runners on at second and third, 1-1 to Larson, 2 away. Larson 4 for 12 against the Bruins. And this one grounded to short. And Vanderwood gets it just in time. So the runners stranded at second and third. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Bruins, Redbirds scoreless. All right, time now for our game recap, a production of Explore St. Louis.
It has been a pitcher's duel, and we knew Maya Johnson was going to bring the heat and has really good location on all of her pitches, but Paige McLeod has been able to match Maya Johnson. Her location has been very good as well. These two met in game 1 of the regular season series, and they went toe-to-toe. That was a 2-1 ball game in that first game that the Redbirds were able to pull out the victory.
Folks, start planning your St. Louis trip to see the Gateway Art City Museum and other attractions now at ExploreSt.Louis.com. Madison Delecki, the 5th place hitter in the Bruins lineup, will lead things off against Paige McLeod here in the Bruins half of the 4th. This one lifted into left field, back, gone! Home run, Delecki!
That's the run they were looking for. Flowers was tracking it the entire way, ran out of room, got her glove up, but just could not pull that one back. She's banged up a little bit, limping a little bit, but first swing, you kind of knew, as did Dolecki. You're going to get a look at Flowers going all the way back to the fence. And she hit that fence hard.
Bruins strike first on the solo shot, 7th of the season from Madison. Now Lydia Vanderwood, the shortstop for these Bruins.
McLeod now just has to forget about that last pitch. Try to shut down the Bruins from this point on, only give up that 1 run. Give her a team, which is a good power hitting team, to get back into the ball game.
This one driven into right field, and that one's going to go to the wall. Vanderwood will round first and head to second with a stand-up double.
Now they're starting now to be able to time up McLeod, getting some good swings, getting some good cuts, able to turn on those pitches. And you kind of had mentioned it. She had 6 2/3 yesterday in a hard-fought game against Northern Iowa, able to get the victory. But I'm going to take a quick minute here to talk to both infield and your battery. And I think they just want to see how Paige McLeod feels.
12th double of the season for Vanderwood, and Hannah Meshnick is just getting up and scurrying there in the Illinois State bullpen.
Yeah, they're going to take some time here, and as much time as they possibly can to see and let her get loose.
As you see, 55 pitches for McLeod to this point. Again, 6 2/3 innings of work yesterday against that powerful UNI lineup.
Coach Brandon Duncan out there to try to settle things down, maybe get a little extra time for the bullpen to get loose. Things can unravel very quickly in the game of softball.
Brenna Bloom now stands in for the Bruins. Walked her first time up, facing Paige Cloud. As McLeod misses on the first delivery.
She hit it pretty good in the 3-game series, 4 for 9 against the Redbirds.
And that one is a single into left field. So the Bruins' first 3 batters, a home run, a double, and a single in their half of inning number 4.
Good, solid single right in that 5-6 hole. Good piece of running as well by Vanderwood. Just waits a second, hesitates, makes sure it gets through, and advances to third.
Madison Swink will come in, and she will be the designated runner for Bloom. And now Eichels, who had reached on first on the fielder's choice back in inning number 2. Vanderwood the runner at third, and Swink running for Bloom is over at first.
They're going to bring the infield in. They want to get the play at the plate, so looking for one of those ground balls that they were getting early in this ball game. So McLeod needs to keep the ball down, try to induce that ground ball.
And that one fouled off.
They had Swink going. They were going to move her down into scoring position at second base.
Chopper right to McLeod and throws it over to first, and boy, what an error running the bases, and somehow Swink got out of it. Was going back to first base after taking off after that ball was made with contact, and for whatever reason initially went back to first and made it safely over to second base. This is a wild play. Look, she stopped.
She's halfway there because she was moving on the pitch, and then you just keep going to that base. Nobody was covering up at second. Yeah, she was on the move with the pitch, so she kind of got hung up, but able to make it work in Belmont's favor.
And so McLeod settles into the first out on the comebacker. Runners in scoring position. And Bertucci, the center fielder, the 9th place hitter in the Bruins lineup, stands in. This one lined into right field, and it is caught by Wolford. And the throw home, not in time. 2-0 Bruins. Sac fly is good.
Situational hitting, we talked about that being one of the keys, and get the ball up in the air, take it the opposite field. And Wolford doing a good job of getting behind that, timing things up over there at third base and getting in ahead of the throw. It's Vanderwood.
That is a sac fly, number 13 of the season for Belmont.
I think we might be looking towards the dugout, see if we're gonna get a pitching change here.
I think we are. We are gonna get a pitching change. That'll be it for McLeod. We'll let you know who's coming into the circle for the Redbirds when we come back, as the Bruins have plated 2 here in the 4th. First call of the bullpen, it's brought to you by Rawlings, the official softball of the Missouri Valley Conference and the NCAA Championship. Rawlings, the mark of a pro.
Looks like Hannah Meshnick is going to come in relief in this ball game, and Hannah Meshnick will show you a little bit of a curveball, a rise ball. She is one of those pitchers that has that great changeup, can locate that changeup. She's got a good screwball as well, so she needs to come in and try to shut the door here on the Bruins.
So just to clarify here, that was a sacrifice fly. Third time a sac fly hit by a pinch hitter. Luciani actually came in for Bertucci in that situation and got the sac fly for the second run. Now Swink is the runner over at third. She's the designated runner with 2 away. Meshnick on the mound, and to the top of the order we go for Belmont. Hans is 1 for 2. Singled her first time up and grounded out to second just last inning.
And she has some speed, so if she pounds something into the ground, you got to field it quickly and try to gun her down over at first base. She can just put it in play and use her legs. Maybe push across another run for the Bruins.
Meshnick faced the Bruins 2 different occasions during that series during the regular season. Went 2 1/3 in her first appearance and 3 1/3 in her second, and gave up 2 runs on both of those appearances against this Belmont lineup. There's a good pitch on the outside corner.
And work the count full, and You know, don't know how much time she really had to get loose in the bullpen. They were trying to buy her some extra time, and so still maybe trying to get into a good rhythm.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Runner on at 3rd. And a grounder. Ava Boyer gets the 3rd out, but the Bruins get 2 on the board, and they lead it 2-0 after 4 innings of play. A home run by Galecki and a sacrifice fly that put the Bruins in the lead.
Credit Union One, the exclusive credit union for the Missouri Valley Conference, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking and an expansive network of 90,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Will you be there when I need help, just like State Farm?
Forget what we told you. It ain't worth squat. It doesn't make a difference if you're happy or not.
Need a lift? Stop living on a prayer. Get State Farm.
Oh, now we're prepared. Oh, State Farm is there. State Farm is there.
It's not every day you get to pet a slippery, slimy jellyfish. Unless you're at the nation's most interactive aquarium. Here, you can experience ocean life in real life. Feed real fish. Come face to fin with real sharks. Spark real wonder at every turn. With interactive exhibits, it's wow at first touch. For the kids and for the kids at heart. Come for the nibbles, stay for the giggles. Come visit the nation's most interactive aquarium, only in St. Louis.
College softball fans, tune in to watch the NCAA Division I Softball Championship Selection Show coming up this Sunday, May 10th at 7 Eastern Time on ESPN2. Visit ncaa.com/WCWS to download the bracket for game and broadcast information. That's ncaa.com/WCWS. Now Maya Johnson has a 2-run lead to work with in the top half of the 5th inning. And after setting down the first 9 hitters that she's faced, a pair of singles and a liner right there to second, handled by Nicole Hughes for the first down.
Well, that last inning, Illinois State was starting to time things up, getting the barrel to the ball and making some good contact. Start this inning here with some good contact, but it was one of those atom balls right at Hughes over at second.
Coach Kramos looking on. Ava Boyer, the freshman, swings through the first one from Maya Johnson. 9 strikeouts today for the pitcher of the year in the Missouri Valley Conference. And again, getting ahead of hitters.
Well, that's what she does, and mixes speeds, mixes location, always around the plate. And so as a hitter, again, you just, you know, and talking with Coach Hesse, when she was coaching, you know, when you come up a pitcher like against a pitcher like this, you just kind of have to pick an area, pick a zone where you are going to look for that pitch to see if you can drive the ball, make good contact.
Strikeout number 10.
In that sequence, you could see just the different locations, the different type of pitches that Maya Johnson threw to Boyer.
10 strikeouts, 59 pitches through 4 1/3. Now the elder Boyer sister, Ella, fouls the first pitch off.
They're looking at that ball, maybe got nicked up a little bit. They're going to throw that one out. And she fouled it off, and it came back and maybe got a piece of the backstop there.
And a chopper, and Spindler's going to let it go foul. Spindler, the Defensive Player of the Year in the Missouri Valley Conference. Handling things on the hot corner for Belmont. And there's another strikeout. A 1-2-3 fifth. We head to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Bruins up by 2. The 2026 Missouri Valley Conference Softball Tournament is brought to you by Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Contact a Grinnell Mutual agent near you for all your home, farm, auto, or business insurance needs. Bottom half of inning number 5 in Carbondale. Game 1 of 3, day 2 coverage. The Valley Tournament here in Southern Illinois. Belmont plating 2 in the bottom of the 4th, and they have the 2-0 lead as Hannah Meshnick into her first full inning of work, relieving Paige McLeod in that last inning.
Well, we've been talking about the velocity of all these pitchers here in this ball game, and talking about Maya Johnson, mid-60s, 66, 67. McLeod was throwing right around 61, 62. Meshnick coming in, throwing, they're clocking her at 59. So there's an adjustment that needs to be made at the plate. You're not seeing it come in as quickly. So you have to maybe just take a second and watch a few of her pitches before you take a healthy cut.
Spindler has been on base each of the 2 times she's had her plate appearance against the Redbirds. There's a strike on the outside edge, 1-2. Got the force out on the grounder to reach first in the first inning, and then in inning number 3, reached on the throwing error by Ava Boyer.
Last year she hit at a healthy 378, but has upped that average to 446 this year. Just a player that works very hard in the off season, has good softball IQ. A year ago, she was freshman of the year.
Straight back, and the count remains full at 3-2. Spindler Hughes and Bolsiger. Are the Bruins due up in their half of inning number 5? And she works a walk. A leadoff walk for Riley.
Good patient at bat. And able to work that count full and then outlast Meshnik to get that walk. And now you bring up the middle part of the lineup. And an opportunity to maybe add an extra run.
Nicole Hughes takes the first delivery upstairs for a ball. Hughes is 0 for 1. 370 the batting average heading into the tournament play.
That's the highest in her career. Has upped her average every season. She's also the career hit leader for Belmont. Eclipsed that record against Northern Iowa several weeks ago.
And that one is a strike. 1 and 2. Take a look at straightaway center field, and the flags are blowing from left to right field right now. It's probably the most we've seen the wind pick up here on this beautiful day for softball in Carbondale. Change up misses high.
You know, you always look at the flags and you think, okay, there's going to be a little jet stream whichever way the flags are blowing, but it didn't matter. In this tournament so far, the ball's been flying out to every field. Doesn't matter where the wind's blowing. Got some power in this league.
Meshnik working another full count this time to Hughes. Bendler first. That one is ripped out of play. Boy, she had that one time, didn't she?
Wow, she sure did, and that was a rocket into the bullpen. Ryan Brer almost caught that one. She was down there catching, warming up pitchers down there in the bullpen, and that ball came right at her. Another walk.
2 walks, the lead off the bottom of the 5th for the Bruins.
Well, you hate to see that if you're Illinois State, to put the first 2 hitters on with now your 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up that can do some damage.
So you're 1 for 2 today with a single. And there's a strike on the inside corner. All 3 batters in relief for Meshnik she has faced have all gone to full counts. So it seems like the scouting report right now for Belmont is make Hannah work.
Yeah, they're being selective.
There's a beautiful bunt. Atkinson gets it over to first, and the runners move over to second and third with 1 down. Perfectly placed bunt.
It was, and that's your number 4 hitter that's sacrificing to move those runners up.
Madison Delecki, this is what she did her last time up. Got that rally started that last inning for the Bruins. Ranking her 7th home run of the season.
And we got the infield in for the Redbirds. Looking to try to make that play at the plate or keep the runners in check. And Coach Matthews wants to make a quick change here. Maybe put in a runner. Get a little more speed out there, looking for that base hit to see if they can score a couple. Looks like Lizzie Ozem going to be that pinch runner.
So Ozem is the runner at third. Hughes is at second. One down, and there's a strike. 1-1 to Madison Delecky. And that one is foul.
Just missed, just turned on that. That was a shot. Almost got Ozem as she was leading off in foul territory.
And the change misses. 2-2. Bruins trying to add to this 2-run lead in the bottom half of the fifth. And that one was ripped. And that one is foul.
Well, you got to be on your toes down there at third base. That ball just, I'm sure Ozem heard that whistle right by her as she kind of had to stand straight up and let that ball get by her.
Little breeze.
Yeah.
And we'll do it again at 2-2. And popped up. Meeks behind first base, collects the second out. That's a big out.
Big, big out. You got runners second and third threatening, middle part of the lineup up. That's a really good pitch to get her to pop up, and good communication defensively over there on the right side as Boyer was right behind Meeks. I think she wanted to pull in that fly ball. Meeks called her off and took control of the situation.
Shortstop Lydia Vanderwood. And that's a strike to her. She delivered a double after that Delecky home run and eventually scored the second run in that fourth inning. And a pair of RBIs sitting at second and third with 2 down. Good pitch.
They made 2 quality pitches to get ahead in the count, and this is one of those opportunities for Belmont to add those insurance runs late in the ball game.
This one down the line. Whoa, what a play by Meeks to save 2 runs and finish off the fifth as it remains a 2-0 lead for Belmont. What a play by Meeks.
The 2026 Missouri Valley Conference softball tournament will take place right here at Dr. Charlotte West Stadium. Join us on Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time to see who will be crowned as the 2
We take a look at the last 5 NBC Pitcher of the Year selections. Of course, Maya Johnson this year and last year. Maddie Groff, remember her with Southern?
Yeah.
Her sister, right?
Yeah.
Samantha Hire, not too shabby herself, right?
Well, and neither was Stephanie Dickerson. I mean, all of those players just so fun to watch. And through the years, the Valley, we have been able to witness a lot of talented pitchers.
This young lady in the circle for Belmont is one of the best to do it in the league. As Laura mentioned, there are a lot of them. So we'll start with the bottom of the order and then head to the top of the order. 5 innings of work, 2 hits, 11 strikeouts. 15 of the 17 batters have faced first pitch strikes, make it 16 of 18 now. And heading into the inning, she had thrown 12 balls with 11 strikeouts.
And she's efficient too here, not throwing a ton of pitches. She's in the zone.
And now has struck out every person in the order, as that is number 12 on the day.
Just rears back, little rise ball, jumps right at the plate. Tough to catch up to those. You see 67, and then you see 57.
Lauren Flowers, who has one of the 2 hits against Johnson. And strike 2. Not only strike 1, but we've seen a lot of 0-2 counts.
Yeah, that's just the way she is a competitor. She does not want anybody to get a hit off of her. She's going to give you everything in her arsenal to try to strike you out.
Strikeout number 13. 2 up, 2 down. Struck out the side in the first and in the second inning.
That is now a season high of strikeouts for Illinois State in a game. Just on the outer part of the plate, trying to get out and get that plate coverage. Couldn't get a piece of it.
And for the Redbirds, as we mentioned, they're in the 2 games that Maya pitched in the season series, got to her a little bit, but 12 strikeouts for Illinois State. That's a season high, as they had 12 strikeouts facing the Michigan Wolverines way back in February. Start the season.
Still shaking the rust off in February.
Yeah.
But you know, speaking of shaking the rust off, and Maya Johnson didn't in her first game of the season, threw a perfect game right out of the chute as they face Missouri State in a tournament.
Here's the 1-2 from Maya. Fouled it off by Atkinson.
You know, in that perfect game, first game of the year, she threw 83 pitches in that ball game. That tells you just how well she works, number one, and how she gets the ball into the zone. And then the pace behind it, it is just so hard to catch up to and make contact.
Well, it didn't go around 2-2. So that's essentially 4 pitches per batter. 83, 21 outs, right?
Yeah.
And the strikeout. She strikes out the side for the 3rd inning as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Bruins leading at 2-0.
Can you take me higher?
day starts early or goes late into the night, brings the discovery of something new, or just the work of getting it done, it's all easier with a little help. At Great Southern Bank, we understand the importance of having a trusted, reliable support team who can offer you helpful resources and smart options to make the most of what you have and build on it, with possibilities that inspire you to keep going. Find your support team at GreatSouthernBank.com. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
Since 1907, we've been one Valley, united institutions with common goals, breaking down barriers and building up communities, and nurturing the next generation of leaders who care about more than just wins. MVC student athletes are leaving a lasting impact in the places they call home by sharing diverse perspectives and fostering a climate of unity for future Valley pioneers. We are one Valley.
Can you take me higher? Higher, higher. Can you take me higher?
Our game coming up is game number 2 of 3 from Carbondale, and it's a good one. Second seed Southern Illinois. We'll see them for the first time here this week as they'll take on third seed Murray State. We had a walk-off win yesterday against Evansville. That'll get started at 3 Central Time. Tom Ackerman and Holly Hesse will bring it to you, the Valley on ESPN. Meshnick back in for her second full inning of work, and trying to keep it a 2-run deficit for the Birds. Bloom will lead things off. Walked in the second and singled. And stranded at second in the fourth, and lifts this one into foul territory and over the wall. Home run distance, but hooked it just a little too much.
It just kept drifting. It was going right down that left field foul line. Just kept drifting and drifting and just missed it by a few inches. That last base hit, she's kept that hitting streak alive, now 10 straight that she has hit in.
Right past Atkinson at third base and into left field. So she has been on base all 3 times she has faced Illinois State pitching here today.
Good solid hit. They're kind of wearing out that spot in between short and third base. They've hit a number of balls that direction.
Eichel's the designated player today for Belmont, stands in. Hit that comebacker to Paige McLeod her last time up. Pitch in their called strike, 0-2. Redbirds in the 7th will have the middle of the order, 3, 4, and 5 to up against Maya Johnson.
A good place to start a rally.
That one misses upstairs, 1-2.
Meshnick doing a good job of getting ahead in the count, trying to waste one, see if she could get Eichels to go fishing.
Eichels calls time. So as I mentioned, it's Murray State and Southern Illinois. This one is lifted into right center. Larson is there, and that is out number 1. Murray State and Southern coming up at 3, and then tonight it'll be Northern Iowa waiting their opponent in the 3rd and final game. That will be an elimination game coming up tonight at around 6 Central Time, and if the Redbirds cannot come back, it will be Illinois State taking on Northern Iowa for the second time in as many days in Carbondale.
Yeah, rematch from the opening game of the tournament. And I wonder if Northern Iowa's already taken batting practice, if they're just warming up. Just trying to get loose.
Bertucci, the center fielder. Casey Meshnick, and took a little something off that.
Yeah, she sure did.
That's the strike 2 call. Good pitch.
Yeah, very good pitch, and this defense up the middle playing at double play depth, seeing if they can get that ground ball. They do have a speedy runner at the plate, so they're going to have to turn it quick if they do get that opportunity.
Just missed. 2-2. Meshnick trying to paint that outside corner. Didn't get the call.
And Bogner trying to just bring it in enough, see if she could frame it to get that call from the home plate umpire.
And now the 2-2 with 1 out. That one lined into center, and it's going to drop right in front of Larson. The Boyer sisters both diving to try to make the miraculous grab, and it's a single, a 1-out single, and now the Bruins trying to add to this 2-run lead.
Just off the end of the bat and just enough. What great effort by both Ella Boyer and then Ava Boyer. Both have a beat on it, just out of the reach. And now runners first and second with 1 down. Top of the order up.
Emily Cons, who has singled and grounded out to second 2 times. And that one gets past the catcher, and the runners will advance to second and third. So, just like Laura, the last inning, runners in scoring position for Belmont.
Well, they have been in this situation a fair amount, and the defense and the pitching has really stepped up for the Redbirds to stop the rally. But here you got to make sure everybody talks about every situation, and now you have runners second and third. You've got speed and somebody that can handle the bat at the plate. You got to be talking about a squeeze. You got to be talking about the bunt. You got to bring the infield in again. They've done that several times here in this ball game where they've had to adjust that defense. Just have to know how you're going to pitch this hitter, see if you can get the out and keep the runners in place. But Belmont's got a lot of options right now.
Yeah, from situational hitting to situational defense right now for
Yeah.
ISU. All right, so the meetings are over. The infield is in. 1-0 the count to the leadoff hitter, Emily Cons, and she'll foul that one off. Bertucci's at second, Bloom is at third. Bruins trying to get a little more insurance if they can.
Atkinson is playing just a step or two in front of third.
This one, lined into right field back, and Wolford makes the catch. Tagging and scoring is Bloom, and going over to third and tagging is Bertucci, and it's another run for the Bruins as they take another 3-0 lead.
Well, I'm looking for the squeeze. I'm looking for a bunt. I'm looking to see if something's going to happen on the infield, and Cons just turns on one and puts a charge into it. As a runner at third, Bloom tags up and comes home.
2 away, but Riley Spindler now stands in against Meshnick.
No, we talked about it at the beginning of the game. Good situational hitting. Talked about that being one of the keys for Belmont, and they have certainly done that in this ball game. You know what? You have runners out there in scoring position, know that you need to put the ball in play, try to get it to the right side, and that's exactly what Cons did.
Ball on a strike to Spindler. Again, 2 down.
Job by Bogner moving around behind the plate. That one goes a little wide. You got to keep everything in front.
Spindler fouls that one straight back. 2-2. Bruins looking for their 38th win of the season. If they can hold on and pull this one out in our first of 3 games in day 2 coverage. If they win, they will take on the winner of our second game today at high noon tomorrow here in Carbondale. Full count.
Yeah, trying to frame that one and get the call. Good at bat by Spindler. Very smart at the plate. Doesn't go after a lot of bad pitches.
Here comes the 3-2. And that one, Boyer, backhand stab, and the throw not in time. A 4th run scores for the Bruins with the infield single. That was a tough play for Ava. And it makes it 4-0 Belmont.
We have seen her cover a ton of ground out there at second base. This one's going up the middle, able to backhand that. As she was making the transfer to that throwing hand, just bobbled it enough. And that allows Spindler to get down the line.
I'll be honest, Laura, even if she makes the clean switch to her throwing arm, I don't know if she's going to be able to get Spindler hustling down the first base line. That would have been a magical play there.
Yeah, it would, because her momentum was taking her out to center field. You'd had to pick that clean, plant the foot, and make a heck of a throw to get Spindler going down the line.
Hughes crushes this one foul. My goodness.
I think that landed out in our hotel out in Marion. That one had a little bit of charge in it.
Just a long strike. Just a long strike.
A long, loud strike.
1-1. You know, I've spoken to a couple of guys in the major league level who played second base and will tell you how difficult it is to throw across your body like that when you're trying to make that grab towards second base as a second baseman. Line into right, and that'll do it. 2 more runs for the Bruins. We head to the top of the 7th. Can the Bruins hold on and move on to noon tomorrow? Stay with us. We get to our Players of the Game, brought to you by State Farm. Proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Yeah, you're looking at one of them right there, Maya Johnson. She has had a stellar game and 14 strikeouts. Only a couple of hits she's given up. And Paige McLeod went toe-to-toe with her early on in this ball game and then maybe lost a little steam on her pitches as Belmont was able to get to her. But she has had quite a tournament so far for Paige McLeod and Maya Johnson.
Morgan Calhoun, the third place hitter on Coach Kremos's Redbirds team. Remember, it was a big 7th inning yesterday to come back and defeat Northern Iowa. Today, they're trying to do it again, but it's against Maya Johnson.
And against somebody that wants to close it out as quickly as she can.
Straight back.
She's ramping things up a little bit here in this inning, digging deep and adding a little bit more pace to some of her pitches.
Ooh, that was a nasty pitch. Strikeout number 15. Now, she's coming close on a record here, Laura.
Yeah, 18 strikeouts. That's a nasty pitch. Took something off of it in the dirt. And that's just so hard to adjust to that. The tournament record for strikeouts is 18. And she is now at 15. So is gonna maybe not have that opportunity to tie that record.
Today.
Today.
Paige Rummins coming in to pinch hit. We saw her in a pinch hit role yesterday in the Redbirds comeback win against UNI. A couple of times we have seen 18 punch outs in a tournament here in the Missouri Valley Conference. Johnson fires that one for strike 2 on the swing and miss by Rummins.
Well, as we've talked about prior, the pitching that has been in the Missouri Valley over the last several years has been so good. And that's why you see performances like that and that we're seeing here today.
16, by the way. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Carissa Winters is one of those players that had 18 strikeouts. And Danielle Glausen, Southern Illinois, against Missouri State. That was a 10-inning game, but she was able to record those 18 strikeouts. Just dominant performances.
Another first pitch strike. And how about 0-2? Remember, she started the game with 8 straight strikeouts, and right now she has struck out the last 7 batters. Can it be 8? As Julia Larson is down to her final strike. Belmont trying to move on to play noon tomorrow afternoon. And Larson stays alive.
Good job of battling. Johnson struck out 8 straight to start the ball game. Looking to close it out with 8 straight.
Just 2 base runners for the Birds. Back-to-back singles in the 4th. Maya just missed on that delivery, 1 and 2.
You know, and against this Belmont team, you're gonna get maybe 1 opportunity a game, maybe 2. And you have got to do something with those opportunities. And Illinois State could not get that key hit when they had base runners on and runners in scoring position.
So you've had 2 flyouts, 2 ground outs, and the rest are strikeouts. Nuts. Can she make it 8 in a row to finish it up just like she started? And a time called by Brenna Bloom.
I don't think she's getting the signal to her watch. We're going to trade those out.
Different watch to get the signal into Maya.
I'm thinking you just go fastball. Just give her the old-fashioned way, flash a signal, say, let's go, fastball. See if we can end this.
I'll be honest, I like the watches in college sports, softball and baseball. And there's strike number 3. 17 strikeouts, the first 8 and the final 8. As Maya Johnson puts the exclamation mark on the Redbirds. And Belmont wins it here today by a score of 4-zip.
Well, they were in a battle early on as both pitchers really dealing and hitting spots, but then Belmont able to come through in that 4th inning, leadoff home run by Dolecki to get things rolling. They tacked on a couple of insurance runs in the 6th, and they are going to move on. Illinois State gets a rematch with Northern Iowa later today.
Great job on cue. That brings us to our play of the game, presented by Rawlings, the official softball of the Missouri Valley Conference, and the NCAA Championship. Rawlings, the mark of a pro.
Let's take a look at that home run by Madison Dolecki to give them that first run of the ball game and give them a little confidence, break the intensity of this ball game and relax them a little bit, get them going in the right direction.
That home run in the 4th inning would provide 2 in the 4th, 2 more in the 6th, and the Bruins advance. And for the Redbirds, they will be back at it tonight as they will take on Northern Iowa in an elimination game, and that will be at 6 o'clock as we take a look at the bracket. And coming up in our next game, Valley on ESPN, 3 o'clock start. It'll be the 2nd seed, the Salukis of Southern Illinois, as we see them for the first time, as they will take on the 3rd seed, Murray State Racers. For Laura Leonard and our entire Tupelo Honey Productions crew and our executive producer, the Valley on ESPN, Jack Watkins, I'm Scott Warman saying so long for just a moment. Charlotte West Stadium. Bruins advance. They win it 4-0. Coming up, Murray State and Southern Illinois next with the Valley on ESPN.